she's sweet but psycho, a little bit psycho. Sup, guys?
I got my wisdom teeth out and my jaw feels really weird. And I keep going like this, but I'm gonna try to stop doing it.
Thanks for that. So that's Merin. I'm sure you guys know that by now.
That's Charlie.
So today, you guys probably didn't know this, but Merin and I were cheerleaders. Real life high school cheerleaders, like pom-poms, Letterman jacket, all that dumb shit.
Did we have pom-poms? I think we need some backstory.
Backstory?
Yes, I got this. So,
okay.
Backstory. In the culture of our school, the cheerleading team is kind of mocked for being bad. Now, it might be different now, but back when we were just really bad. And then so, I have been doing cheer since I was young. So I was like pretty good. So I came in as a freshman, and Charlie just moved back into town, and she already knew some of the cheers.
Yeah, well, basically, I lived in Illinois, which is where I live now, and I had made like the high school cheerleading team, and right before school started, like high school, I moved to South Carolina. So I moved back halfway through high school, and then I like rejoined the team.
We were like pretty good, is what I'm trying to say.
Wow, rude. We're trying to film here.
My dog.
So.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're both on the cheerleading team, and that's kind of how we became friends.
Yeah, it definitely is. So one good thing came out of it.
Yeah.
The thing is I was like,
started giving her rides to like practices. So then we just really bonded, and then we would eat food after every practice. So that's why like we didn't lose any weight because.
I remember the first night. You were like kind of shy a bit. I just sat next to you. I was like, hey.
Was I shy?
Like you were just like, hi.
That's how I said it. Hi.
Well, you were like.
So there was like a lot of things that led up to our quitting the team, and it's pretty valid.
We didn't quit. We were pushed off.
We were pushed to quit. We basically were kicked off if you think about it. So for the purpose of this video, we will not use people's real names because that's like rude and insensitive, and we're not like that. So the first thing that like really kind of triggered a whole bunch of other stuff is we were kicked off a routine.
Because we missed one practice, one 5 a.m. practice.
So we didn't go that day, but apparently like 5 other people also didn't go that day.
So she got pissed.
Yeah.
And
kicked us off.
She kicked everybody who was not there that day off, which was BS because there were quite a few seniors, and this is like this routine you do at like a pep rally, and it's like tradition with like flashlights. It's weird. It's not cool, but everybody thinks it's cool.
Yeah, they're like, oh my god, the flashlight routine. Oh my god. That's what it fucking looked like. But that was like the one thing that like people said was kind of cool about the cheerleaders, and like only kind of like the one thing. And she kicked us off. So
pretty much after that, we stopped giving a shit.
Because you messed with us one time, and we'll remember for the rest of our lives.
We were still respectful though. We're like pretty good kids with like authority figures, good work ethic. Like
parents like us, I think. But after a while, I was like kind of snarky.
We need to explain something. The main coach was new that year, and her daughter was on the team. If that's not like a conflict of interest, I don't know what is.
So one time, I was like literally 5 minutes late to a soccer game. She freaking didn't let me cheer. Because I was like 5 minutes. We hadn't even started yet. And she...
Not even warmed up yet.
We were supposed to come like 15 minutes early. So I was like 5 minutes late to being 15 minutes early. That's 10 minutes early. So she didn't let me cheer in that.
I was not allowed to miss a game because I was gonna meet a long lost cousin. Literally long lost. Literally.
It was like he just showed up in her life, and they were having a family reunion, and Ren wasn't allowed to go
because I had to go to a stupid game. But her daughter gets to miss for work.
How many times did she miss?
A lot of times, but nobody else got to do that.
Nobody else.
So what I'm saying is, if that rule, I mean that's a fair rule, but like it has to be applied to everybody. That's bullshit when it's not.
So back to like the flashlight routine thing, how we were kicked out of it. We were still forced to come to every morning practice, even though we couldn't practice. We had to sit
and watch.
Like So at this point, we're kind of fed up. Like, we have to get up in the morning and I have to come there and waste my valuable sleep so that I can sit there and watch everybody else cheer, and I feel like a sad puppy or something.
Yeah, we have like homework, we have to sleep.
Right.
I get sick if I don't sleep enough.
Yeah. Bad. Teenagers need sleep. One morning, Ren and I just didn't care.
Well, first of all, we strolled in looking like bums, completely not even awake because we knew we didn't have to practice, so we don't have to
I think
really
we
wake
walked
up.
in like right when it started. We're like,
we like plop down on the floor, like
we
sprawl
like
our back,
throw our shit down. So I'm like freaking texting. I look over. Ren, she's fucking asleep. She's laying down on her pillow, back face to the cheerleaders.
I didn't have a pillow. I was laying down on my backpack.
Yeah, she used her bag. That's what I said.
Oh, you said her pillow. And I had my jacket over my face.
And the coach walks over and she wakes Marin up, and all Marin does is turn her body around. She's still laying down, and she was like, I was like trying so hard not to lose my shit. And so like they were doing the routine. Yeah, we're just like, la-di-da. And by the way, the fucking bitch coach, you took my phone. That's like illegal or something.
They come up and they're like, Marin, Charlie, you guys are not watching. You have to watch. And we're like,
why? They're like, just in case we put you in.
They're like, you have to know every single spot, which all the spots are different.
There was like 5 different spots.
All the different combinations of stuff, and they were like, you have to know every single one.
One of the girls named, her name was T. She raised her hand like this, straight up in the air, like she was in fucking class, and she said, I think the people on the sidelines should say the cheers too. Oh my god. But anyways, the coach was like, yeah, great idea.
And she was like, Charlie screams it.
I was like yelling the cheers louder than anybody else on the team. I was like, Peppa! And Marin didn't. She didn't say a word.
I was not about to, like, I couldn't speak. And the coach was looking at me and I was like,
so I'm pretty sure that solidified this mutual hatred.
Okay,
So back in high school, I just like to have fun.
Unlike now.
Legal fun, of course, but anyways, I was hanging out with a fellow cheerleader, not Marin. Marin is now my only friend, but back then, I kind of diversified myself. We hung out with lots of people. I know, weird, right? But anyways, so I was hanging out with a girl who's on the team. Coach C calls this girl's mom and tells her that I'm a bad kid and that I probably shouldn't be hanging out with her and like all this shit about me. And I was just like, excuse me? Like, you took the time out of your day to talk shit on me to somebody else's mom.
And then Coach C calls my mother about Charlie. Now my mom knew Charlie pretty well by then.
For years, since I was like,
we were neighbors.
Since I was like 8 years old.
And so she told my mom all this shit, and my mom was like not believing it.
She said, you know, the reason that Marin has such an attitude in practice is because of Charlie.
My mom didn't believe that for a second. She knew I have attitude on my own.
If anyone influenced anyone, it was her influencing me. And then, like, what else happened?
Okay, so here's the situation. I did competitive cheerleading all my life, and freshman year, had to decide if I wanted to do high school or competitive. I really wanted to do competitive still, but somehow I was talked into doing high school. My mom talked me into it, by the way, and some friends of mine who wanted me to.
Excuse me.
So I went to the tryouts and stuff, and I asked the coach, I was like, so for varsity versus JV, is this gonna be a skill thing, or is it gonna be like by freshman, senior? Because if it was just by like, if I was gonna be on JV just because I'm a freshman, I wasn't gonna do it. But she said it would be by skill. So we're like, all right. So everybody who tried out gets on the whole team, and they don't split it into JV or varsity, and they don't split it for months.
Marin got put on fucking JV.
And so did she.
And so did I.
So I was put on JV for like all intents and purposes, except for the competitions. When they have competitions, they put me on varsity. So like they were using her for her skills because she was better than 95%. So I'm like, I wanted to quit before they put me on JV, but
I did too. We discussed it a lot.
We were like, we're going to, like, now.
people were dropping like flies. Every week a new girl was quitting, and I'm like, you know what?
And that just shows how toxic of an environment.
Yeah. And like the people that were quitting were girls who had been cheering all of high school.
Yeah.
And they loved it.
And they were like seniors mostly.
Yeah.
So you'd think that
that's their
if
last
anything,
year.
they
They
would
can stick it out. Yeah.
But no,
It was so bad.
Anyways, her name was T, my friend, and she texted me. It was like, what are you thinking about doing with cheer? And I was like, getting kind of sick at that point, because I get sick around a certain time of year or something.
She has like a weak immune system. It doesn't work very well. She's sick like every day, but go on.
Only like for a few months.
Yeah.
I think it's better. Anyways, and it was hard enough for me to go to school, let alone practice every day. And it was bullshit, and I got put on JV. But I just told her the sick part. I was like, I'm not really sure yet. I just, need to worry about my own health and school right now. And her older sister, she showed it to her older sister, like whatever, but then the older sister told the coach. So Coach C texts my mom.
It was kind of like, it was like high school drama.
I'm pretty sure she sent a screenshot of it, and she was like,
yeah.
I need to know. My mom was very taken aback from it, and she was like, she was not gonna let me quit because she's like, oh, you can't quit something you already started just because you were put on JV, blah, blah, blah. But after that, she was like, yeah, she's not doing it. She didn't even ask me about it.
Yeah, don't be a suck up, because nobody likes those. Oh, by the way, if you guys hear some noise, there's like an adult party.
A soiree.
Okay, I don't want to call it an adult party. Yeah, it's a soiree, whatever the fuck that is, but
it's a house party.
just ignore that. Anyways, I think we quit like
the same day. Because I told you, I was like, yep. That just happened.
Here's literally what happened. I think Merin texted me and was like, she sent me screenshots of all that shit, and then she was like, well, I'm quitting now. So I went and walked myself over to Coach C's. To Coach C's office, and I was like, yeah, I'm quitting. It's just too much.
You told
for
her in
me.
person?
Yes. I said, it's just too much for me, I got a lot going on, school's more important to me than cheer. I'm a good student or whatever.
You are. I don't know why you're putting quotation marks.
But, yeah, and I felt no remorse.
It was, a bit sad because I was thinking that cheer would be fun, we'll be involved in school or whatever, but no.
I just want to point out that, you shouldn't be rude to people in any circumstance because you don't know what they're going through at all. So, you shouldn't treat people poor and, you can walk all over them because you can't.
A lot of the girls on the team were vicious to each other, too, not just the coaches.
And there was so much, gossip and drama going on, and it was such a toxic environment. It did not benefit us whatsoever. Wasn't a good time, and, there's too many rules. I don't like that. I mean, it was kind of funny how we, didn't give a shit, but...
Oh my gosh, I'm getting a Charlie horse. Oh. Why does that happen?
Moral of the story, don't be a bitch.
Don't
Seriously.
stay in high school. Your mentality, get it out of high school as soon as you can. If you're in high school now, get it out of there.
Anyways, so... that was fun. Hopefully there's no backlash over this, and the people that we talked about in the video, don't watch this.
There was, 3 people who we talked about in a bad light.
We didn't do anything illegal in this video, so there's nothing.
And we didn't say names, so it's not slander.
Not slander. So this could be a completely story that we made up.
We didn't. It was true. Oh my god, we can put pictures in it. Cute cheer day. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you want to hear some more shit talking, we can do more of that.
Comment down below what you want us to do, because we're open to anything for real. Not porn or anything, but
I just sometimes I just wish you would stop a sentence, but you keep going, and you do this a lot, and you say the thing you shouldn't say.
I think
it's great.
I love content. Anyways, please hit that big like, and subscribe.
Please, I'm dying inside. I need
You
this.
won't regret it. Alright, bye guys.